Hey everyone, Jason here. I have not recorded a video in a while, and there's a really good reason for that. After my last video I published bragging about all my successes and solving things and my massively profitable weeks, I'm finishing out one of the worst weeks that I've had in a really long time. It has just been what could go wrong, does go wrong, and I'm going to be making some changes due to some of the events that have happened this week. It has been awful. So, due to my awful week, I thought that it would be massively appropriate to do a video on a warranty repair. This is an iPhone 6s that I repaired in a video. I don't know, I'll put a link in the description. I'm pretty sure this is one of the boards in a video I did with a group of 3 boards. But this thing is back. It has intermittent backlight, and I'm pretty sure that this is a board where I replaced everything but the backlight driver. It's an iPhone 6s that had the big backlight output cap shorted, and I did my work without touching the driver on this board. And this will be the second one that I have had come back. Not recently. The last one has been at least a couple of months, but nevertheless, this thing is back. It's back for warranty work, and it is back for warranty work at one of the worst possible times. So rather than only recording videos whenever I'm upbeat and chippery and putting out this fake atmosphere of this business is always just fun and chippery, sometimes this business really sucks ass. And this week has just, it's been tough. I'm not going to drag you down with all my problems, but I am going to show you, if you're doing this repair the way I showed everybody that I do it, I'm not going to do them like this anymore. From now on, whenever that backlight output circuit is completely full short like this, and there's signs of heat all around the driver, plus I had to use heat right up against the driver to do it, this is a repair where I'm going to replace the driver with a new driver every time, because I don't like for things to come back. It sucks. So, to start this out, we're going to remove the shield from this board. Hey, I'm still upbeat and chippery, man. This week might have sucked, but I've been in good spirits, and, you know, I've not lost money. I've not made a lot of money, but I have managed to, I'm at my minimum point. I set daily minimums for myself, and this week, I will be completely honest, has been an absolute struggle. But I still make a payment to myself on a regular basis. I make sure that I'm saving money, because that's the only way to continue moving forward. If you always work off of zero all the time and you're bouncing between $0 and $1,000 all the time, I feel like that really holds you back. Because once you cross a threshold where you move beyond the bare minimum, then you become, you have a lot of doors open to you for saving money. And rather than just leave it sitting around, you can put it in places where it continues to grow. How about that Bitcoin, huh? Anybody buy in at 11,300? Did anybody buy in up there? Oh my God. That's all right. Just wait a couple of years and you can sell it again for the same price. I don't know. Who knows? It might bounce back up there. I feel like, God, I wasn't planning on talking about Bitcoin in this video. Am I going to do it? Yeah, I'm going to do it. I feel like that unless you have elite massive skills trading and reading the market, that if you're going to put into Bitcoin and just use it as an investment platform where you're just going to put your money in there and let it grow, you better have balls of steel and have a stomach to handle it, because you might buy in at $11,000 and then in a month you're going to be trading the same exact share at 1,200 or whatever. You know, this is going to be a radical roller coaster. This is a big balloon that is going to burst. This is my opinions. And it's not going to burst in a way that you can just you're going to eternally lose your money. I feel like one day this is really going to pick up and you're going to be seeing 20, 30, 40, $50,000 Bitcoins, but it's not going to be right away. And if you bought in at $11,300, you're probably in the bathroom puking your guts out right now. So I don't know. I have a lot to say about Bitcoin. I am a Bitcoin holder, but right now the way the market is, I bombed out before the bomb out because I'm a wimp. And because I'm a wimp, it also prevents me from picking up some of the gains. I'll probably cut this whole thing out of here. So let's do this backlight repair. Okay, so now that we've got the shield off of this thing, I'm going to switch this thing over right away and show you what this looks like under the microscope. keep in mind that this is a prior repair attempt, and I am the last technician to work on it. How bad does it look? Oh god, I left a bunch of flux everywhere. You're not seeing all that, right? Like, you're not seeing that I actually left a mess on this board? It's not that bad. I'm usually really, really picky and clean it up good. So, okay, it looks like I have replaced the big cap. I've replaced both diodes. And I have replaced the coil, but I did not replace the driver. So, in this video, I'm going to be showing how to replace the backlight driver alone if you want to see me rebuild the rest of the circuit, because I do not have a full iPhone 6s backlight rebuild video online. You can see the link in the description of this video that'll take you back to the other video where I did the original repair. I don't think it was on this phone, because if I was doing a video on this phone, I would have cleaned this up a whole lot better. Like, I would have sat here and nitpicked and... anyways. Alright, so let's change... We're going to change the driver only on this. I'm going to use a couple of metal shields. And I'm going to put a metal shield over our connectors. And I'm also going to drop a shield on top of the CPU. Because of the way I feel today, when I'm a lot more spunky, I've got a lot better feel of my hot air, and I'm not too concerned about a heat sink that it is that massive and is so good at dissipating heat. But on a day like today, I don't trust myself not to give this thing an extra couple of milliseconds here or there where it could cause you some real nightmares. So let's see. I might go ahead and take the big coil out of the way. Yeah, it's got leaded solder. I'm going to move the big coil out of the way. This isn't part of yours. If you're doing a backlight... okay, if you're doing a backlight repair on a 6S, you're probably already removing that coil. Unless it's the filter, but this is not... This one was not blown up by a bad filter. This was blown up because... I mean, this wasn't blown up because of an injury out at the connector. This one was blown because of this big cap right here getting shorted. And I'm just going to go ahead and start cutting this driver out of here. So to get rid of this crappy underfill, I wind up heating these boards up really hot. This isn't like the rubbery overfill you find on like the iPhone 6 or up around the components that are around the connectors. This stuff is hard as a rock. And to get it to really melt, you got to build up a lot of temperature. Like, I'm going to be pushing melting point on my leaded solder. Like these components around here that I've already reworked, they're leaded. But you really got to push this temperature up. And once again, I'm doing my very best not to sound stressed in this video, because this really has been hell week. It has. I'm going to be introducing some pricing changes here at the first of the year. I don't have it exactly laid in stone yet, so I'm not going to post a video bragging about it just yet. Or you know how it goes, if things wind up being too crazy between now and then, I may not implement that until shortly after the first of the year. But I am going to be making some changes, folks. No fix, no fee is awesome. As long as I'm going to have to put some stipulations on it. I am going to be continuing to stick to solutions-based billing. But as far as no fix, no fee, you can hear the change in my voice. I'm like, this has been a horrible week, guys. It really has. As far as no fix, no fee, I'm going to be putting some serious stipulations on that. We're going to be taking that away for nasty-ass prior repair attempts. Because seriously, no. Okay, so that's going to be going away for prior repair attempts. I'm not going to put any crazy fees in place, but I am going to be putting some of the risk on you for the purpose of prior repair attempts. And also for the purpose of not being a junk filter. Okay, I'm getting really distracted. Let me focus on work here. I got too many people that are wanting to send me boxes full of garbage, and because there's no risk involved on... Is that a component? No. Because there's no risk involved on their part, they tend to send me piles and piles and piles of garbage, and like, yeah, I knew that was going to be loose. We're almost to the point where I can flip this up off here, and I'm going to move in for the kill. Are we ready? Am I too soon? Nope, there it is. Okay. I knew I should have moved that damn coil out of the way. Look at there. Bounce it off there. No fix, no fee works really good for repairs where you're the first one to take a hot air nozzle to it, or take a soldering iron to the board. But when these boards are arriving without fucking connectors on them, like they arrive with the digitizer connector missing, there's a ton of work that you got to do just to get to the point where you can provide a decent diagnosis. Now, you can put some experience behind it and use your experience to make more educated guesses as to what's wrong with it. But when the stuff comes in pre-fucked with and it's missing connectors and crap's wrong with it all over the place, you got to waste hours of time sometimes just to get to the point where you can properly diagnose the problem. And to do all that work and find out that it's something really, really crazy, it's just, oh. And now, for me, it's gotten to the point where these international jobs that are coming in, they're almost all prior repair attempts. And it's just, it's a really bad deal. No fix, no fee with prior repair attempts. It's an awful experience. Now, I've been carrying on for a long time like this, and it hasn't been that big of an issue, and it's still really not. Bad times in business, it comes in waves. Next week's going to be better. That's why I'm not beating myself up too bad, and I've stayed really positive, and I'm still paying my bills, and I'm still making a payment in the savings. Things aren't absolutely falling apart, but let's go ahead and get this up off of here. I got caught up in a rant and realized I'm not getting my repair done. What I'm trying to do right here is clear up enough area around this so that I know that we're not going to have any barriers. I could use that as a guide to put my new IC in place, but I'm just trying to clear this up so I know that there's nothing that's going to prevent this thing from lining itself up, because surface tension is going to align this IC for me. And all while doing this, remember how hard this glue is. It means I'm sitting here holding the temperature up with my hot air gun. Yes, I know, Paul Daniels. I will be ordering the stuff that you showed me one day soon, right? Yes, welcome to Hell Week. Sometimes things just get so bad you just have to laugh about it. Alright, I think we're just about ready here. I'm going to do a little scratch right across here because there's a layer. I should do, right here, everything I could get with the iron, I should probably be doing with the iron, because this stuff just smooges right off when you use an iron on it. I guess I'm recording this video today because I need some therapy. It helps me to rant to a camera. I'll call this one How to Replace the Backlight Driver on an iPhone 6s. Let's see, should I hit that one more time with the iron? Nah, let's hit it with some alcohol, clean it, get the little grit off of it. Let me take you in a tiny bit closer so you can see that. Yeah, a lot of weeks, a lot of days, my enthusiasm is just, it's really, really good, but a week like this one it has been really tough to keep my head up, man. And that's, I think that's going to happen to everybody. Which is why I'm not letting it get me down too far. Last week was awesome. The week before that was awesome. If I put any more scratches in this PCB, I'm going to be trolled. So I'm going to stop right here, and we're going to put some flux on the board. Now, because of the week I have, I'm not expecting this to work. I'm actually expecting, not only am I not expecting this to work, but I'm expecting it to not have any backlight and also not boot after I'm done with it. That's what's probably going to happen here. I was going to say, or my strip of U4020s are gone. Isn't that U4020? I'm not sure. I'm not pulling up a schematic. So right now I'm dumping out a new IC. I'm going to set that aside. Oh, dear Lord. Didn't I just... I'm not going to pull up a schematic. And now I'm brain farting because I don't remember where pin 1 is on this. And I'm not... After the week I had, I'm not going to assume this. I'm just not. I'll do something silly. I'm pretty sure pin 1 is up here toward this guy here. Over this way. But I'm going to pull up ZXW tool and look at it anyway. I had actually planned on sitting down and doing me an upbeat video today and ranting about an upcoming new pricing change and no matter how hard I tried, I cannot sit down here and do a really, really upbeat video because this is the week that I've had. I mean, I've got some rabbit holes stacking up over here. Let's not go into that. Let's just not. All right, we're going to pull up the iPhone 6S. And we're going to, right now my board's cooling off. And yeah, I was right, pin A1. So let's not troll myself. So that's going to be where our dot on this IC goes. See, I've already got some flux down. Let's go ahead and start warming this board up. Seriously, I hope I can find that because that's the last one in that strip. I don't know why I would expect this repair to go good. I know why, because I'm doing it on video. So maybe this time having a camera recording me or two will turn my week around. I started buying into Litecoin at $60. And I bought Litecoin all the way up until it was $100 periodically. And I bombed out at 82. So as you can imagine, I feel quite smart about my investment decisions there. But at the same time, I mean, seriously, get real. For the first time ever, I had time to sit in on a Rossman stream the other day and got to hear his take on Bitcoin. And man, oh man, we are pretty close to being on the same page. Although I got a little bit more of a gambling heart, I think. I would not put my life savings into something with that much volatility. I mean, seriously, you could buy it at $10,000 and a week from then be selling it for $1,200. But if you're patient enough, there's a good chance you might actually sell it for $90,000. All right, that's back on. We've got our driver on. While this board is still excruciatingly hot, I am going to peel everything off of here that I used to shield heat from connectors in the CPU. Seriously, after the week that I've had, I am not about to solder with hot air next to the CPU. I'm not going to do it. Although I'm like massively confident in a lot of days, like you'll see videos of me doing iPhone 6 backlight rebuilds and stuff and just really flying through this stuff. There are just some times whenever my nerves aren't exactly smooth this week, and there are times whenever I know my limitations, and whenever you're blasting a hot air nozzle this big at something this big, you have milliseconds to respond and change your direction and finesse this stuff. You have milliseconds before you've pushed this area of the board too hot. So this is a week where I'm shielding the CPU. I'm going to. So while this is hot, I'm going to grab my little alcohol tub, which I no longer keep where I used to because my 1-year-old has gotten tall enough to reach it, and I just got to make sure and keep things childproof because pulling a tub of alcohol off in your face probably could be a life-altering experience, so we don't want to have that. All right, toothbrush the hell out of this, trying not to get alcohol on the liquid damage indicator. For us liquid damage indicator preservers, and we're going to blast that all over the world. Yeah, you'll see a video of me talking about Bitcoin some time ago, and I'm ranting, going, I feel sorry for the people that bought in at $3,000, and it's going to come up a little bit, and it's going to fizzle away over the next year. Well, I still think I was right. Don't get me wrong. Come on. But in that video, I'm whining about $3,000, and this shit went all the way up to 11,300 before I believe we've reached a peak. Now it could do another huge jag and wind up bouncing back and right back on the same trend. I'm not a chart reader. I'm not a stock trader. In fact, I have attempted to day trade Bitcoin and nearly every time lose my ass. So, who knows, man? Somebody out there knows. Not me. But, all right, so what do? We put a backlight driver on this. I guess it is helping me to talk to a camera and record. I'm probably going to post this unedited. It's been a really ugly week, and I've kept my spirits up, but here we are going on Thursday. You know, on Monday it was like, by the end of the day Monday, I was like, well, yeah, tomorrow will be better. And then by the end of Tuesday, I'm like, well, tomorrow will be better. But by the end of the day yesterday, I came to terms with that this entire week is going to be like this. So I don't expect anything to turn around here right away. I'm expecting to work a lot of this weekend to make up for some of the things that have went wrong this week. Alright, we'll buckle that down. Are we melting yet? Hey, look, my finesse is coming back. I'm starting to get finesse. It's because I started a camera. That's it. I need to record video more often. All right, we're almost to melting point. Bam, front's melted. We're going to let it cool. And I'm going to grab it over here at this side. Closer to the middle, because I'm going to sit this whole side down. That's what needed to happen. I needed to record a video because all of a sudden I subconsciously started to learn how to use hot air again. There we go. And that side's down. We're going to let it cool. So now I have to reattach my shield. I didn't do it in front of a camera, but you still heard me mouthing about it. Okay, so now we're going to shut the hot air off. I'm going to drop this back into a housing. Let's see if we get backlight, or see if we get smoke and fire. Yeah, it worked for a little bit, and then it quit. And I've had untouched iPhone 6S's come through the shop before that were not open before. They had factory screens on them, but then all of a sudden started to develop intermittent backlight. And the one guy had his phone here a couple of times, and when it would show up here, it was fine. Like I could not get this phone to mess up. So, not wanting to make too big of an intrusion, I did simple things. You know, I thought, okay, maybe he's got an intermittent failing filter. You know, I piddled around with this thing and I replaced the filter. I think I did one of the coil. It was here a couple of times, and it had just started failing out of the blue. It wasn't touched by any techs, and it wound up being the driver. I finally did a full rebuild, and I cut the driver off of this thing, I replaced the driver, and never seen it come back again. So, this is my second one where I've done a partial rebuild and it's came back. So whenever I compare my experience with the phone that had never been touched and the intermittent failing backlight driver with these partial rebuilds and intermittent failing backlight, I kind of put two and two together. And I'm no longer doing partial rebuilds on the iPhone 6S backlight circuit. If it's a filter, I'm replacing the filter. But if it is the output circuit that's gotten shorted, I'm going to do a full rebuild including the driver because I don't like for things to come back. Things will tend to come back whenever the timing is at its worst possible time. And let's see if this thing will light up the backlight. Wait, 39. Oh no, this is the old job number. I'm thinking this thing got a job ID on it that's still in the 3000s, and we're up into the 4200s now. So, yeah. It's got the old job number written on it. All right, do we have backlight? We have backlight. All right, so this is going to be a successful repair. Before I say something absolutely crazy that causes me to not be able to post this video unedited, I am going to go ahead. Hey, look, Apple logo. So we're booting already. I'm going to go ahead and call an end to this video, and I hope your repairs are more successful than mine have been this last week. Seriously, this week, it's Thursday. I made more money the last 2 weeks before noon on Monday than I have made this entire week. So chew on that for a bad week. I hope you have successful repairs, guys. I really thank you for watching, and I'm going to move on to my next one. Because recording this video seems to have made this repair work out, I may actually record another video today. We'll see. So thanks for watching. Have a good day.